Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I just thought I'd put together this quick video of a dive I did just before Christmas. Weather was looking a bit grey as I scouted the coastline with the drone, but just about half an hour later it cleared up really nicely and I was greeted with this really nice clear viz, so got into it. I saw a nice reef on the drone that I was planning to dive on. But when I jumped in, I got a bit disorientated and swam in completely the wrong direction and found myself in this really barren area. But luckily, got my senses after a while and got onto the good spot. Couldn't resist having a look for some crays, and for the first time ever, I think this is a freshwater eel that I found here, which is quite cool to see. I didn't know they could live in the ocean. Finally found a better area, covered in kelp and good schools of fish around, so I thought I'd check it out. The surges were quite strong, as you can see here. I'm getting kind of tossed around, but yeah, it was looking like a promising spot. There was a big drop-off just ahead of here, so I thought that would be a good spot to chuck a burley. I find a good looking area, but it's quite deep and runs off into some deeper water, so I decided to break open a few kinner there and just let it sit for about 15 minutes or so, see if anything comes on. Kind of destroying the tip of my spear in the process, but it needs replacing anyway. After a bit, decide to go down and check. So here I am just diving down between some rocks, trying to get some good cover and see if anything came on. There wasn't much happening on the burley. I think I dropped it too deep in the kelp and lost track of it a bit. But as I was sitting down there, I was kind of thinking that it just looks like the area where a shark would be. And I know these are edited obviously, but I was looking around and you can see the camera moving, and sure enough, the next dive down, I almost dived directly down onto this big bronzy who was just cruising by. It was a bit of a frightening experience. It's the first time I'd seen a shark while I was out there. I've been diving for a few years now, so yeah, I knew it was going to happen eventually, but you know, just kept calm and just watched him for a bit. But I did decide to move a bit closer inshore after that. I was with my dive buddy as well, so yeah, we weren't too keen on sticking around. As I'm catching my breath, I just take a moment to have a look at some of the little reef fish like I always do and get some cool footage. My mate who I was diving with called me over and he'd found an octopus, which was quite cool. I've only ever seen them in their holes, so I'd never seen one out in the open like this before, so I decided to have a bit of a play with him. Kind of manhandling him here a bit, trying not to hurt him, but just look how cool they are. Look at that camouflage, how it just changes to blend in with the rock. I just can't bring myself to hurt one of these guys or take them. I get a lot of requests from friends and family who want me to bring one home, but yeah, I just can't. It's not for me, so just play with this one here for a bit and let him be. I think they're really, really cool and super intelligent as well, apparently, so yeah, cool experience. After I'd calmed down from that shark encounter and played with the octopus a bit, I decided to actually do some spearfishing. I dropped a couple of kinner around these boulders here and managed to get onto a decent little fish on my second dive down on it. Wasn't the best shot on him, so I kind of dropped the gun and swim towards it to grab him so he doesn't break off. He's kind of just going mental in my hands. But I thought I had him secured, but as I swim up, my grip loosens a little bit and he boosts off. He's still attached to the line though, so still had him. So it was just a matter of following the line. Luckily he stayed on and found him in this little hole here, so just grabbed him. Not a huge fish by any measure, it was about 35-36 centimeters, but good enough for me and legal, so... I don't love when these fish have to suffer any more than they have to, so try to be quick about getting my knife in the brain and just dealing with the fish. It was a nice end to a pretty slow day. A lot of the times I go out, I don't get anything, so I'm stoked every time I do.
Pretty happy with that. It's a nice little fat fish. Oh, beautiful.
So just chuck him in the float boat and bleed and gut him closer to shore. Wasn't keen on bringing that big bronzy back in. I know that they're not a huge threat, but just because I'm not too experienced with them, I decided I'd play it safe for this one. I know I say it every video, but thank you so much for watching, guys. It really does mean a lot. I'm still stoked there's, a couple of people watching these. Really appreciate it. And hope you guys have a safe summer out diving, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.